Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video, and today it's a very exciting one because look what we have, the all new Hyundai IONIQ 5, and I'm gonna show you all the details. So first of all, this is the key. I will unlock the car and we are greeted with the very cool LED indicators, and overall the styling of this car is just gorgeous. So it combines the retro look with the very modern elements, and this is the finished product. I think they really nailed it. So this is the all-electric vehicle that is based on the new platform, the eGMP platform, and that means we have the EV dedicated platform, long wheelbase, short overhangs, huge amount of room inside. The car actually has a wheelbase of 3 meters. Now you will definitely notice when I go inside that you have huge amount of room, and overall the design lines, just look at this. This is really gorgeous, especially when you see it in person. But now let me go through the design details. So let's start with the front. Of course, first thing you're noticing are the pixel LED lights. Look at this, they have these pixels inside and they may be flickering on the camera, but of course in real life they're not. And this is also illuminated. I will go on a night point of view drive and there I will show you the details of this illumination. Really gorgeous. And you saw when we unlock the car, the daytime running LEDs turn into indicators, and here you see the main units. This is also the active arrow, so this can flip and you know, depending on whether you need cooling or more efficiency and aerodynamics. Bonnet looking very nice with the massive Hyundai badge. We have the front sensors, and look at the attention to details. Not sure if camera is catching it, but pixels are on this grille as well. So definitely, you know, the attention to detail is impressive. One thing that I also want to show you, just look at this line, almost like that it's connecting the front of the car with the rear of the car. Really cool design. And the wheels, so these are the 19-inch wheels. You can also get the 20-inch ones. So design, of course, very aerodynamic. We have the diamond cut finish, combination of silver and gloss black, and the dimension of the tires 235/55 R19. Now the wheel arches have a very unusual design and they are finished in a bit of a different shade of this color. Speaking about the colors, 11 colors are available, and yeah, this is sort of like the matte gold. I will put the exact you know, color name here somewhere on the screen. But yeah, now let me show you the car from the side. As I said, 4 meters 63. Or did I say? I didn't actually. So 4 meters 63 is the length of the car, but once again the wheelbase is 3 meters. Huge amount of room. Just look how big the doors are at the rear. We also have the tinted windows on the model in our video, and solar roof panels. So those are the optional extra if you're living in, you know, country or somewhere where you have a lot of sunshine. Why not? Now from the rear, similar pattern to the front. So pixel LED lights, they're connected with the pixel element as well. We have the IONIQ 5 lettering and the logo as well. Let me show you from different angle. There we go. Once again, the attention to details, and I will actually, the car locked itself. So yeah, when you unlock it, you see the indicators. The rear view camera is located down there. We also have the sensors. We have a very cool 360 surround view, which I'll show you as well. The diffuser, very clean lines here. Obviously no exhaust. Look at the roof spoiler. Here you can see it. It is actually a huge spoiler. And now from this angle as well. It is time to open the trunk, so you can do it by just pressing this. So let's do it. Beeping sound, and it is opening. Here we are greeted with huge amount of room, 527 liters of storage area, also square shape. I want to show you the 12-volt power supply, and here you also have some additional room on the sides for your cables or stuff like that. So very practical car. Of course, you can fold the rear bench, and the rear bench can also be adjusted. So a lot of configurations available, and definitely 10 out of 10 for practicality. When you fold the seats, you get more than 1,500 liters. So I think it should be really more than enough. And when you press this, of course, the trunk closes. So I want to hear your thoughts on the design of this thing. I am really amazed by it, and it's a real head turner on the road. So share your thoughts with me. How do you like it? And now from this angle, you can see that we have the charging port. I will actually open it. So just hold this. It opens, and DC charging. It supports the ultra fast DC charging, so 350 kilowatts, and that way you can charge it from 10 to 80% in only 18 minutes. Now that's really impressive. Press this to close it. And it is now time to check out the very lovely interior. So you notice that we have this hidden door handles, of course, to be more efficient, to be more aerodynamic. And this is how you open them. There we go. This is the layout in the interior. Now Hyundai says that they went for the living space, so the living room space feel more than the classic car interior, because we have the flat bottom, and obviously with the EV dedicated platform you have more freedom to do a bunch of design elements and to give the interior sort of like the living space appear. Now let's start here. This is all nice in leather and soft on touch. You can put a large bottle in the door pocket. I quite like this design. Look at this, almost like the element from kitchen. Tell me in the comments, do you agree? Once again, pixels here, the attention to detail. This is the BOSE speaker, but it's also got the surrounding for the ambient lights. I will show you that probably during our night point of view drive, so stay tuned for that. And the classic switches for the windows and the mirrors, and this feels really nice. Memory of the seats. Speaking about those seats, I think you can tell by just looking at them that they are quite comfortable. You can configure the things here. You have the lumbar support as well, and look at this. So for example, if you are charging the car, you can lean back and just relax. That's also a possibility. But now, without further ado, let's try it and see it from driver's perspective. Okay, and let's start with the wider view. This is the all-new steering wheel with 2 spokes. We have the dual screen layout, both 12.3 inches, so the digital cockpit and the main touchscreen. And as you can see, this is all flat, so huge amount of room, and definitely different interior compared to what we are used to seeing. So I get this sort of like the living space feel that Hyundai is telling about. And yeah, well, let me change the view and let me show you all the details. Alright then, so in front of us, the new steering wheel. Now one thing that I don't understand is why we don't have Hyundai logo here. So we have 4 pixels, which okay is attention to detail, but I think the Hyundai logo would suit as well. Drive mode select is here, so you can change the driving mode by just pressing this button here, which is quite cool. This car has Eco, Normal and Sport. And the main touchscreen, it's a well-known infotainment system from all new Hyundai models. I will show you that in a moment. Hazard lights, the air vents are located beneath this screen. And yeah, well, they actually have quite nice design. This is in leather, soft on touch, which is nice. We also have the head-up display with the augmented reality. More on that during the point of view drive. Ambient lights. Once again, this pattern, sort of like kitchen style trim. Quite like it. Once again, the living room appearance. Now the main console here can be moved by 140 millimeters. So look at this. Even the rear occupants can, use some of the elements there. And yeah, well, then you can adjust it. Look at the amount of room that you have here. This is huge. So once again, the benefit of the all-electric vehicle where you have the flat bottom. Additional storage area, USB port, 12-volt power supply, cup holders, USB port. Well, I don't see the USB-C, which is something that would suit this car, as it is, after all, a very modern vehicle. Wireless charger for the phone, and let's see this additional storage room. Now, really impressive. And look at the way you open the glove box. So, like a roller in your living room, right? Huge amount of room here as well. And really, you can't complain about the practicality. It is really 10 out of 10 in this vehicle. And the amount of room that you have here, I'm 1.87 m and I feel so comfortable here. And also I feel comfortable sitting at the back, even with my driving position here. So definitely no problems whatsoever. Now let me show you the physical buttons. There aren't many, but there are some. So map, you go into the map view, navigation, media. And this can be used as a shortcut for something that you adjust, so something that you use often. It can be put here. This is to change the station list. And this car has the cameras all around, so the 360 camera. Look at this. Now, how cool is this? And of course, when you drive, this is very useful, especially when you maneuver. I was using it to come here, so I don't stretch the wheels and stuff like that. So yeah, I quite like this feature. And yeah, you can adjust the settings for the camera as well. Now the AC, here is where you adjust the air blower, and here is where you adjust the the temperature, sorry. So, and I think it's, even though it's a touch panel, it is very easy to use it. So basically you have, you know, just one touch here, and it's you know, you won't turn anything else. It's pretty obvious where to you know, press it. Volume knob is here, the old school volume knob, which is always nice to see. Now the gear selector is here. So this is reverse, neutral, drive, and park is here. The pedals are here, and you can actually change the level of recuperation with those pedals in here. The switch is here. You hold this to open the trunk. This is the parking brake. Okay, we turn it on, auto hold, light settings, and traction control off. And now let's go through the infotainment system. So as I said, it's a well-known infotainment system from Hyundai models. You have the map view here. You can change the, you know, way it looks. I mean, the layout. I'll show you the 3D shape of the buildings during our night point of view drive as well, so stay tuned for that. You can also adjust a bunch of settings for the navigation here on these settings. So you see here, you can adjust the display for the map. You do need to put on the 3D buildings if you want them, which is quite nice when you're driving. Display settings for the navigation and stuff like that. So let's go back. Navigation, phone projection, of course, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are available. Climate control. So you can also do it here, but I think once again that this panel is quite okay for that as well. Radio, we have the station list here. There we go. Quite responsive. Go back. Heating, so this car has the heated seats and also the heated steering wheel, I believe. So yeah, this is to turn on the heated steering wheel, and this is to turn on the heat seating, but I'm gonna turn it off as it is pretty hot outside, at least for February. And yeah, well, media, you can put it through USB. I also have these sounds of nature. Look at this. Okay. Rainy day, open air cafe, warm fireplace, calm ocean waves, and the forest. So once again, something that we saw on other new Hyundai models, and I quite like it. Can be cool for just relaxing. And memory seat configuration is here, so you can have a few modes because all the seats can be adjusted, so a lot of adjustments are possible. Settings, let's go to vehicle settings. So this car is packed with technology as expected. We have the systems here, so forward safety. Now you adjust whether you want the active assist or warning only, or you turn it off. Speed limit, you can put on the warning or turn it off. And yeah, well, once again, blind spot safety, parking safety, active rear assist, and yeah, bunch of options, bunch of features. One thing that I don't understand is why do we have the Hyundai i30 here? Now it would be so much better to have the IONIQ 5. I mean, it would look cooler and more suitable, definitely. And yeah, well, let's see this driver assist warning. And yeah, you get it. Now the driving modes: drive mode normal, standard braking response, and sport, a sportive braking response optimized for dynamic driving. So this is what you can adjust for the brake mode. Let's put the brake mode in sport. Eco mode, climate control. Okay, definitely that increases the range. Smart recuperation. So here is where you adjust the recuperation of the vehicle, but I believe you can also, as I said, use those pedals here. Head-up display, it's a very cool one. We have the augmented reality, and you can adjust it here and adjust where you want to see it. This is the content that you have, and you have the standard or the augmented reality mode. I will turn on the augmented reality mode, and actually, so the head-up display is in front of us. It's flickering only on the camera, so not in real life, obviously. And I will try to film also the augmented reality during the driving part, so that you will see the arrows pointing you in the direction, which is really useful, especially if you are somewhere, you know, on unknown road or unknown city. The cluster, you can select the theme, you can link it to drive mode, or you can do this. So the theme A, theme B, or theme C. Theme B is, I believe, something that you have when you turn on the sport mode. But let's link it to drive mode and see it once again. So the normal mode, sport screen, and the eco mode screen. Okay then, so those are the cluster themes. Now the content selection on the cluster. Okay. Once again, climate settings, seat settings, the lights. Now we come to ambient lights, and I think I will be able to show you. Let's turn on the brightness to maximum. That's okay. And let's see this. So you see it is changing the color. We also have them at the back. Not sure if you are able to see. and during the night you will definitely see it better. So once again, stay tuned for my night point of view drive, which is coming soon. Purple, red, a lot of options actually. Yellow, green, ocean blue, jade green, ice blue, polar white. So a lot of colors are available. I will put on the custom color, the blue one, which I quite like. All right, let's go back. Those were the light settings, the door settings, and that's pretty much it when we talk about the vehicle settings. Now the navigation settings, I already showed you that. The sound settings, this car has the BOSE sound system. You can adjust a bunch of things here. And I quite like this dark theme, but you can also get the white theme. And you can also have the scheduled time to change the theme. So for example, this is cool. So from 17, so in the afternoon, you would switch to dark mode, the black mode, and then at 8 o'clock in the morning, it would switch back to this white mode. But I don't know, I actually prefer the black mode, it's more calm. Screensaver, you can have a few options of the clock. So you see now we have the clock 1, clock 2, you get it. This one is actually really fancy. Anyway, that's the Screensaver. Digital clock, you can also have the digital clock, and split screen. And now on split screen, this is what you can have on this section. Of course, you can configure what you want to see on this section as well. So I think we covered most of the settings here. Now the button, this is what I was telling you about. So the custom button, we have it here, but also on the steering wheel. General settings, software, system data, units, and language. So I'm not gonna go through that. Let's go back. Wallet mode, it is not supported in guest mode, so if you have someone else drive your car, you can put the wallet mode, quiet mode, but yeah, actually this is quiet mode for the inside. So in quiet mode, the radio is played only in the front seats, and the volume level will be limited to value of 25. So for example, if your kids are sleeping at the back, this is what you can do. And yeah, overall the whole car is quiet, so that's quite nice. BlueLink, it's an app for your phone. You can have a bunch of information available on your smartphone, and that way you can see the charging status and stuff like that, so it can be very useful actually. And this is like the home layout, and I think we covered pretty much all of it. And now for the last section, I want to show you this EV, which is a special layout which you don't have on other new Hyundai models which aren't electric models. So this is a special section reserved for the EV vehicles. Solar roof, we have the battery here, and yeah, you can schedule the charging. And this car also has the vehicle to load, and the vehicle to load is a special technology, which means you can charge your laptop, your electric bike, or something like that. So this car can charge it. For example, if you're going on a picnic in the nature, you can charge, I don't know, your laptop or maybe your electric bike. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. When we talk about the infotainment system, let's see the sections here in front of the driver. So you see the battery, and actually, yeah, this is where you can change. So lot of options here, really. You can play with it all day. Oh, that's really nice. Look at the LED lights here. And this one, well, not LED. I would love this to be LED. And I think it is now time to check out the rear bench and see how much space I have there. So let's jump on board. Once again, the cool door handles, massive doors, and quite impressive angle of opening as well. The same pattern as on the front with the leather and this trim. We also have the special sunshade for full privacy, even though we have also the tinted windows. You're greeted with the IONIQ 5 lettering, and the rear bench can be moved as well. Look at this. But let's put it to this position here. And now I think you can clearly see that we have huge amount of room, of course, since we have the 3-meter long wheelbase. Look at this. The front seat is adjusted for me. I'm 1.87 m and still huge amount of room available. This is the view on the front, and let me show you how much space I have for my head. Okay, so great news. Look at this. 1.87 m, but still a lot of room available for my head, and then here for my knees. No problems whatsoever. You can also lean back, or you can put it to more upright position, but even like this I still have a lot of room for my head. So huge thumb up from me. This is really comfortable, and I can sit here for hours without any problems. Also, I want to show you details here. So the net, you can put some small things in here, the air vents, and 2 USB ports, as well as some additional storage room. Net here as well, and with this you can actually adjust the rear seats as well. So now I am adjusting my seat, and let's see here in the middle we have the leather armrest with the cup holders, but they are not adjustable. But yeah, you can really relax and enjoy it. And let me actually move this a bit closer. Okay, so now I've moved it by 140 millimeters, and you see now you have the USB ports closer to you. And let's see if we can actually use this. Well, you can sort of use it as well, and the occupants have more room between them now. So yeah, a lot of configurations available in this interior. And this is the part where I usually open the bonnet and show you the engine. Of course, here we have electric motors and battery, but I will definitely open the trunk. So there we go. We do have hydraulic struts, and this is how it looks. So a lot of things are actually here, and when you open this, you're greeted with, well, some additional storage room. Now, if you go for the rear-wheel drive layout, then you have 57 liters, which is actually quite nice, but here less because we have the dual motor, so we have the all-wheel drive version. EV lettering. And now let me tell you about the batteries and the options for this vehicle. So there are actually many options. You can go for the rear-wheel drive layout or the all-wheel drive layout. When you go for the all-wheel drive layout, you have 2 electric motors. The model in our video has the all-wheel drive layout and the long-range battery, so the bigger battery and all-wheel drive. So that's like top-of-the-line version. And in this one we have 305 horsepower, and we also have 460 kilometers of range by WLTP standard. Now, the top of the line for the range is of course the option with the large battery, but also only the rear wheel drive layout, and that one has 481 kilometers of range. Speaking about the batteries, so the 58 kilowatt hour battery would be the standard one, and 72.6 kilowatt hour battery would be this one, so the long range one. And of course, there are many options. Tell me in the comments, how would you spec your vehicle? So would you go for the larger battery so that you have more of a range, or would you go with a smaller battery? Of course, then the price would be lower. It all depends on your needs and how much you travel during one day period, and whether you have the charger at home. So a lot to take into consideration, but I want to hear your thoughts. How would you spec yours? Let me also mention that in this car you get the acceleration from 0 to 100 in only 5.2 seconds and top speed of 185 kilometers per hour. So really a fast and fun car, and yeah, I am really thrilled about this car, and I really like it. Tell me in the comments, how do you like it? Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope I showed you, most of the details, and yeah, tell me in the comments, how do you like it? Do subscribe, as there will be plenty of more videos to come with this car. I will put the point of view drive very soon, so you can watch that one out, and yeah, see it in action during the night with all the ambient lights and the digital cockpit and this pixel LEDs. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.